Jason Barber from Salisbury, North Carolina, arrives home from work and is greeted with probably one of the most unexpected things ever. A moody snake is hiding around the edges of Jason's front door and strikes at him as soon as he tries to walk in. Luckily, the snake is non-venomous, run-of-the-mill black snake, and the bite missed. Jason says he should have known something was going on because his cat was just staring at the door, meowing. I love this. Check this out. This dolphin flips this fish with its tail out of the water and into this bird's mouth. Researchers say the dolphins are known for displaying cooperative behaviors with other species, including seabirds. In some cases, they've even observed dolphins driving schools of fish toward the surface, making it easier for both themselves and nearby birds to catch prey. Moreover, dolphins have occasionally been seen offering fish to birds, potentially as a form of social interaction or play. That looks like what we've witnessed here. They have also been observed even in captivity doing this. While the exact reason isn't fully understood, it may be linked to some type of social engagement or just playful behavior. But we do know it highlights the dolphin's intelligence. Speaking of dolphins, what the frick is this thing? Look at this. You know, I can't imagine walking through a park and seeing something like this. It does look like a dolphin, like a little baby dolphin climbing up this concrete step. Some people are saying that this is a catfish dolphin / baby sea lion. Okay. The best explanation I saw came from a guy that said this is definitely a longfin eel native to freshwaters of New Zealand, specifically the Black River. I'll have to take his word for it. For years, Candace Gardner has suspected her home is haunted by an unexplained presence. This all began with minor unnerving incidents, objects mysteriously moving, glowing orbs floating in the air, and a constant feeling of being watched. As these strange occurrences became more frequent, Candace set up cameras throughout her house to gather evidence. The footage she captured is chilling. In one video recorded during the day, her home security system detects odd movement. In another clip, orbs of light, sometimes believed to be supernatural, can be seen drifting through her home, leading some to question whether it's more than just dust particles. Things took a terrifying turn in her kitchen, where a knife suddenly flies through the air, moving with a force that suggests something far more sinister than a simple accident. In another unsettling clip, while Candace and her husband were napping, her leg inexplicably lifts into the air, leaving her frightened. I mean, you can hear her, she is freaking out. This is the one that really made me do a double take. With all this evidence, Candace is left wondering if her house is truly haunted by a dark entity or some other paranormal force. The footage she has collected certainly points to something out of the ordinary, I'll say that. TikTok user Jess, a certified nursing assistant, was on a late shift in the psychiatric unit of an old, supposedly haunted children's hospital in Maine when something eerie happened. While checking her surroundings, she noticed something unsettling. The door appeared to open on its own, despite no one being in her general vicinity. As Jess looked into a hallway mirror, a shadowy, human-like figure seemed to abruptly appear. Again, no one should be there, not on this shift. A commenter on the video suggested that this could be a Grim Reaper-like figure, potentially there to collect a soul. Strangely enough, Jess later revealed that one of her patients passed away the day after this unsettling incident. Notably, Jess has never posted anything paranormal on her account before, only sharing moments from her job and personal life. So, I ask you, could this be an actual encounter with something supernatural? Something so scary that she decided to post it on her TikTok? It's up to you to decide. This is pretty insane. Wait till the camera pans out. Ibex are expert climbers, perfectly adapted to navigate the toughest mountain terrains. Their remarkable climbing skills come from specialized features, strong, agile bodies, and hooves with concave shapes that provide excellent grip on rocky surfaces. These hooves can actually spread to increase stability on narrow ledges. Highlighted by sharp eyesight and strong spatial awareness, this allows them to move confident and safely through these challenging environments. Fuse the rattlesnake's sense of smell. Additionally, they heat up their tails by wagging them, sending a warning sign to discourage the snake from attacking. The wagging of this tail makes them appear bigger than they really are. Now, they don't always use this behavior, but it's most common when they are defending their young. Animals are incredible, man. What an idea. I can't imagine how they must have come up with this. Warning, warning, nightmare fuel, nightmare fuel. Every man's worst nightmare. And yes, the man did suffer a bite. Luckily, he didn't require any more medical attention. He got a tetanus shot, and they sent him on his way. But the psychological damage, I have a feeling, is going to last much, much longer. Thank God the snake wasn't poisonous. This clip is great. We see this horned viper laying here, and there's a spider crawling around. Oh, no. That's just his tail. What? The spider tail horned viper has developed this unique hunting tool. Its tail looks and moves like a spider in order to lure in hungry birds. I mean, what is going on? How in the heck did the snake realize that spiders were a good way to entice prey? And then how in the heck did they develop a tail that looks like a realistic spider? I mean, it looks exactly like a spider. I really just added this clip because it's a rare moment where an iceberg shows you the blue color at its base. And I was kind of nerding out on it, so the Loch Ness Monster doesn't pop out or anything crazy, but I just thought it looked cool. There was a big scientific explanation about the red light and it scattering the blue light and something about the thicker ice. Yeah, you can look it up. Okay, now what do we have here? A security camera in Mexico catches an orb floating through the sky. This thing is pretty bright. All of a sudden, as you can see in the clip, this orb turns into a human. Now, this was taken earlier this year in August, and as you can see from the timestamp, this was pretty early in the morning. And it's kind of interesting, the guy actually appears once or twice before manifesting fully. I don't know, what's your explanation for this? While using the bathroom in his home, a Reddit user named Dustin experienced something strange, something that was captured by his home camera. While in the bathroom, Dustin heard a soft female voice calling his name.
Hello?
Despite being home alone, the voice was so distinct that he believed someone was right outside the door. To add to the creepiness, Dustin's two dogs appeared restless in the living room, as if they were sensing something unseen. Although Dustin is mostly known for his collection of bongs, the focus here is on this eerie incident. Did Dustin really catch something on camera during this moment? I feel like it's pretty easy to hear the voice in the video. Now, I leave it to you. What do you think?
Hello?
A man from Medellin, Colombia, was alarmed when his cat started acting unusually and seemed to be fixated on something that the man couldn't see. The cat remained frozen, staring intensely at an unseen object just into the other room. Despite the man's attempts to pet or nudge or shake the cat, it wouldn't break its focus. Normally affectionate, the cat suddenly became aggressive, scratching him and clawing at him in response. Now, the video of the incident has been widely shared online, sparking concerns from almost all viewers. Many believe that the cat was reacting to a spirit or unseen entity, with some claiming to see a shadowy white figure in the footage. Are you able to see it? Taken in April of 2023, this clip is just a really cool capture of a normal house cat. Well, biologically it's normal, but its coloring is off the charts. The owner of this trail camera writes that this is his neighbor's cat, and he knows that now, but the first time he saw this guy come across his footage, he almost jumped out of his skin. He didn't know what he was looking at. The cat has a typical feline face, which you get a good look at as he stares directly into the camera. It's his markings that are so phenomenal. And the thing that was throwing the trail camera owner off was this guy's shortened tail. I wouldn't say it's as bobbed as a bobcat, but it's definitely shortened. He also looks a little bigger than a standard house cat. The owner was nice enough to add a trail cam pic of a coyote for scale. Anyhow, the cat usually runs this fence line a few times a day hunting birds. Let me know if you've seen a cat like this with unusual markings, or if this is an entire breed of cat that I'm just not familiar with. Anyway, beautiful cat, awesome captures. An eerie photograph from a trail camera in New York State shows what appears to be a ghostly figure following a pair of hunters. Shared with Coast to Coast AM by Jesse Grandel, the chilling image was captured in December of 2021. Her husband Bob and their daughter were out hunting on their property in the community of Savona. The unsettling photo went unnoticed until last week when he was going through his trail camera pictures from the past few years and noticed the spooky translucent figure walking behind them. Jesse says, "He made me look at it and I asked him who was with them because I don't ever remember them taking anyone hunting," Jesse recalls, and he said no one. Father and daughter were both a bit freaked out by it. Jesse said her husband subsequently shared the photo on social media, and a friend's father recognized the individual as a man named Paul, who used to live in our house, and he hunted those same woods. He moved out of our place in either late 2003 or 2004 and died a couple years later. Jesse says we never met the man, so we had no idea what he looked like. While skeptics will no doubt contend that this spirit is merely a trick of light and shadow or the product of digital editing, but Jesse insists that the photo has not been doctored in any way, and that it was simply one of hundreds of otherwise normal pictures captured by the trail camera. Wow, that's crazy. With that in mind, what do you guys make of this figure in the image? Could Bob and his daughter have been followed by the ghost of the man who once hunted that same area? Who once lived in their house? An incredible story here in our next clip. A woman who was out hiking in the Saguaro National Park ends up having the scare of a lifetime. It all started when she noticed the nearby deer, whose company she had been enjoying, abruptly started to bleat and make noises. She could tell they were alerting to something. Then in an instant, they took off. Her own animal instincts kicked in and she headed off to her tent. And it's a good thing she did. The hiker says she's not even really sure why she looked up, but when she did, she saw a mountain lion lying in wait on a tree branch almost directly above her. As she started filming it, she tried yelling at the lion to scare it away, but that didn't work. So then she got really brave and threw some rocks at it, hoping to scare it off and not piss it off. Thankfully, the cougar eventually got bored and wandered away, so the hiker was able to gather herself in her tent. Man, what a freaky experience. Reddit user Altruistic Cell posted this photo to a Reddit message board claiming it was Bigfoot's hand. It has popped up more recently, even though the photo was taken in November of 2002. It went viral around that time and has been making its rounds again. I mean, I don't know if it's Bigfoot's hand, but whatever it is, it's pretty creepy. The hand looks huge, insinuating it belongs to something huge. Its fingers have an odd shape, while its fingernails look to be slightly sharpened. I was scrolling the comments, and if it's not the hand of Bigfoot, it seems the next most popular thing is that it's a movie prop or part of a Halloween costume. While this picture has plenty of skeptics, there are believers that this is Bigfoot's hand. Let me know what you guys think this could be. This next clip shows footage straight out of a horror story, a nightmare brought to life. According to the security camera footage, a colossal black bear was seen entering the home where a teenager was sound asleep on the couch. The sudden sound of the door opening jolted the boy awake, and he found himself at a loss for words as he saw the beast making its way in. You can tell the gravity of the situation dawned on him as the bear approached him. In that moment, he realized that his life was in grave danger. However, he popped up, mustered the courage to lunge at the bear, attempting to scare him off. Miraculously, the bear seemed frightened by the boy's attempts and eventually retreated back out of the house. The boy was left shaken to his core, but a sense of relief washed over him as he shut the door and he realized he had managed to escape becoming the bear's meal. The initial clip I saw of this was making fun of the boy's attempts to scare the bear away. Honestly, I think he did a pretty good job. Considering he was awakened out of the dead of sleep, I mean, I can't imagine waking up to this. Did you guys notice the ease in which the bear flung that door open? Sheer power. This is an extremely impressive video here. Look at how still his head is. This is a kestrel and they are excellent hunters, with the ability to hover in the air for extended periods of time as they search for prey. They typically feed on small mammals, birds, and insects. The kestrel is known for its distinctive hunting style, which involves hovering in the air above its prey before diving down quickly to make the kill. They are carnivores, and they can be found all over the world except for Antarctica and some oceanic islands. They love to roam open habitats such as grasslands, deserts, and savannas. And they are from the falcon family and often used in falconry. Another fun fact is that they find a partner and they mate for life.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! Woo! Oh my god!
This is a crazy video. For those of you that don't know, this man's home is in a fire zone in California. This massive tanker has dropped this pink substance, which is a flame retardant, to try to protect his home. A California firefighter in the comments says that it's a biodegradable sticky liquid that helps slow down the rate of the fire, so that ground resources can come in and extinguish it with lower fire activity. I guess a lot of people thought that the plane was crashing. My next question is, when you watch the entire video, do we think his windows burst from the heat in the area, or like this flame retardant? Do we think that that hit it somehow? Like maybe it came out as a ball of liquid and smashed his window? Anyway, I'm curious your thoughts. One funny comment said, "It's a girl. These gender reveals are getting out of control." This next clip shows some still images of what people are saying is a Bigfoot. And they're claiming that this is more credible than most sources because this was taken from a wildlife biologist's trail camera. I'll say it looks pretty good. I mean, It has a different type of face than we normally see. When you zoom in, it has human-like eyes, but a wide, ape-like nose. It's said to have been taken here somewhere in the States, so we know it's not some type of gorilla. Let me know your thoughts on this one. This viral clip was uploaded and the title said, "What cryptid is this?" Well, I don't think it's a cryptid at all. I mean, it's super impressive. I guess it could be, but... A few commenters say this is just a gray wolf running alongside a car, and that this one actually got up to 37 miles per hour. Another comment said that this is a wolf-dog hybrid and it escaped from its owner. It happened in the Greater Bay Area, El Cerrito. Goes on to say that wolves are huge and most people don't realize this. They tend to think of them as large dogs or more like a coyote. But that's all wrong. Wolves are absolutely massive. Yeah, and that's what this thing looks like. A big, old, strong wolf running down the road.
I thought you was gonna pet him.
A bystander said that this bear appeared out of nowhere. And before anyone gets too worried, it's not a grizzly bear, it's a cinnamon black bear. But still, right? The man's just fishing around this dock when this bear walks right up to him. The thing is the angler did a good job. I mean, there's nothing he really could have done other than stay still. Any movement or noise would have likely been perceived as a threat, which would have most likely made the bear engage. Something similar actually happened to a friend of mine who was fishing with his AirPods in. And sure enough, before he knew it, a bear was within 20 feet of him. He said the only way he noticed that the bear was there is that he felt the vibrations of the bear breathing, like grunting. He turned around and then basically had to change his pants. But nevertheless, luckily for my friend and this guy, that the bear just, both of them walked on by. Creepy footage taken out of Georgia shows what appears to be a bipedal creature walking across the train tracks. Now, many people in the comments are not having it. They don't think this is a Bigfoot. They don't think it's a cryptid. They actually, I would say the majority think that this is a drunk guy. It was uploaded as a cryptid video, so I'll give a small edge to the cryptid, but it could very easily be a normal man because the video is so grainy. A few years back, a disturbing photograph began making rounds on Reddit, posted by a user who had received it from a friend. The image quickly caught the attention of many, sparking speculation about possible paranormal activity. The photo was reportedly taken inside an apartment complex in the historic city of Charleston, South Carolina. At first glance, the photo appeared fairly normal. The woman who took it had aimed her camera at her dog, comfortably settled in a chair in her living room. But upon closer inspection, something unsettling became apparent. In the background, her second dog seemed to be cautiously approaching a faint, shadowy silhouette of a woman. The eerie figure was hunched over, and the dog's body language suggested a sense of unease, as if trying to determine whether this presence was a friend or foe. What made the image even more disturbing was that the woman insisted she had been completely alone in her apartment at the time, but the mysterious figure in the photo, there was no logical explanation. Theories began circulating, with some speculating that the figure could be the ghost of someone who had died in the apartment complex. The homeowner herself had reported a string of unsettling occurrences. She would hear the sound of footsteps echoing through the hallways late at night, even though she knew she was the only one home. And in the morning, she would often find objects moved or rearranged, even though she hadn't touched them. The feeling of being watched became a constant, and her dogs exhibited clear signs of discomfort, particularly in the living room, the very spot where the mysterious figure had been caught in the photo. One of the most chilling experiences came from the poster's wife. She had spent the night in that same apartment and was startled awake by the sight of an elderly woman in a nightgown standing beside the bed. As she tried to focus on the figure, it vanished in an instant. However, the unmistakable sound of footsteps retreating beyond the door lingered, leaving her paralyzed with fear.
See, now I'm like you. I would have reached in and went, ah!
Wow. Feel that thing.
That's definitely man-made.
Yeah.
100%. But it's solid.
Charring on
Yeah.
the heat.
Burnt it through.
Doesn't look like a battery or anything, so we're good there.
You done with this one?
Oh yeah, it's shining there. Is it hollow? Is it hollow?
Sort of, yeah.
But it's burnt. Oh yeah, and it has something inside of it.
Crazy video clip here. Space debris, space paraphernalia has flown through the roof of this house smashed through the floor, and now these guys are retrieving it. Anyhow, let me know if you've heard of anything like this. No one has any idea where it came from. And can you imagine? I mean, thank goodness that didn't hit somebody. But can you imagine what that must have sounded like, or how weird that would be sitting in the room and that happening? The officer that's there is pointing to some type of charring on the item. And the guys talking are kind of just like, whoa, this is crazy. The only thing that I've seen similar to this was a bullet hole that was in the top of a guy's car hood that I saw. Other than that, I don't know anything like this that's happened to anyone.
Ella, stop. I'm destroyed right now. Oh, no, Ella, you have to stop now. You're gonna learn.
Maybe say sit?
No, it's not. It's...
I thought this was just a funny... This is just a funny video. Did you hear the one guy? He's like, I'm destroyed right now. Now, I don't know if that's because he's had too many beers or the dog's already jumped on him. And then you hear the other guy where he's like, maybe like say sit. And he's like, he's not going to sit. That is great. She just wants to have some fun. She wants to enjoy the pool as well. Great camera capture.
Someday, someone will walk into your life and make you realize why it never worked out with anyone else. It is a miraculous thing to be able to watch the person you love undetected. A wonderful gift may not be wrapped as you expect. Somebody once said, you don't always get to choose who you fall in love with, but I do.
Okay guys, this next video is nuts. In a not so distant past, a string of unsettling videos began cropping up on YouTube, all originating from a channel with the creepy name Mr. Peeper. As disturbing as the title was, the content proved even more disturbing. Though YouTube quickly took the channel down due to policy violations, fragments of it remain, as users have re-uploaded the footage elsewhere. The videos were primarily composed of shaky handheld camera work. They showed a man shadowing various women in a way that felt undeniably predatory. Overlaying these visuals was a distorted, fragmented voice, adding a chilling layer to the experience. Rumors added an extra layer of mystery. According to whispers, someone whose identity remains unknown to this day stumbled upon an abandoned car deep within a remote forest. Inside the car was a plastic bag taped to the roof containing an SD card. This card allegedly held the complete archive of Mr. Peeper's disturbing videos. This discovery ignited widespread attention online, spreading rapidly across forums and message boards. Speculation ran wild. Some believed the footage offered a grim glimpse into the psyche of a disturbed individual stalking his victims. Others thought it might be a carefully crafted web series, an ambitious yet failed student project, or a twisted form of art. Debates flared. Some viewers were deeply unsettled, convinced they were witnessing the work of a real-life predator. Meanwhile, others dismissed it as a clever piece of fictional horror. In December 2022, the digital landscape was abuzz after a disturbing video made its rounds on TikTok. The clip in question, a dash cam recording from the quiet streets of Melbourne, Australia. Known for its thriving art scene and rich coffee culture, the city witnessed something eerie at the unnerving hour of 4:30 a.m. Under the faint glow of the streetlights, the dash cam revealed a strange sight. A man standing alone in the middle of the road, blocking the path of oncoming traffic. His demeanor was far from welcoming. As the driver cautiously advanced, the man became more threatening, shining a flashlight directly at the driver's eyes, momentarily blinding them with its harsh brightness. The tension escalated quickly. As the vehicle attempted to maneuver around him, the figure lunged towards it, striking at the side with what appeared to be a mix of desperation and rage. The fear was unmistakable. The person who posted the video, still rattled by the encounter, mentioned contacting the police immediately. But when they returned to the scene, perhaps to gather more details or confirm what had happened, the man had mysteriously disappeared, leaving no trace. He seemed to vanish, like a phantom. Comments flooded the video, with people from all over the world sharing their thoughts. Remarkably, several viewers reported having experienced similar unsettling incidents late at night, sparking intrigue and curiosity. Tonight on Dread Captures, fresh Bigfoot tracks in untouched snow, thermal imaging revealing something massive in the tree line, a leading expert breaks down evidence, and a witness takes a dangerous trip into the forest. Let's get into it. This was posted by Not-the-100 on Reddit, and it looks super legit to me. I mean, look at the toes on the left footprint. Everyone in the comments on Reddit are falling over themselves about this picture. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's the story. I had an incident with a Bigfoot/Yeti. It was when I was away at college at Grand Valley State University. The campus was surrounded by thick woods that went on for miles into different neighboring counties. My friends and I hiked miles through these woods and would hang out in them every single day. One day in the middle of February, we were hiking down these deep ravines/valleys in the woods, and it was super cold since it was mid-February in Michigan. But while we were hiking, I stopped dead in my tracks when I was looking at the ground because I noticed these huge bare footprints, and they were heavily indented in the snow and ice. You could tell it was something on 2 feet because there were no paws in front of the footprints. Mind you, at this point, we were many miles away from campus just hiking. We were in another county. So I don't think it was another student messing with us, like who's going to be barefoot in the snow in the middle of February far out in the woods. We followed the footprints as far as we could, but lost track at some point. This incident scared my friends and I so much because even before this, we had experiences in these woods that felt like something was watching us. And also, my friends saw something swing from treetop to treetop. I grew up in Michigan, so there's no monkeys for sure. But this footprint incident solidified our fears from before and really convinced us there was a Yeti or Bigfoot in these woods. I even looked up sightings online after, and boy did I get quite the surprise. There have been multiple sightings in the county that I was in. Like I mentioned before, this created a lot of excitement in the comments. But we gotta touch on the naysayers. The most common rebuttal is that this is a bear's footprint. They're calling it a double step. Basically a bear just stepped in its own footprint. But my whole thing is if it's a bear, where are the claw marks? Some are saying it's too small to be a Bigfoot's footprint. Well, there are teenagers, there's small females, and I just can't get over the impressions of the toes. I mean, come on. I will defer to you guys, so please let me know what you think in the comments. A Georgia man has captured video of what he believes to be a Georgia Bigfoot. Check this out. Alright, I am really interested in what you guys think of this one. A fascinating analysis just dropped from Thinker Thunker about the brown FLIR footage. For those who don't know, FLIR stands for forward-looking infrared. It's military-grade thermal imaging that picks up heat signatures in complete darkness. And what this technology caught is pretty wild. And for those who don't know who Thinker Thunker is, I recommend you check him out. Even though this video is 12 years old, what he found in these thermal images is making people take a second look. Here's the weird part. This creature's built completely backwards from humans. Its torso is massive compared to its legs. In humans, our legs are actually 30% longer than our torsos. But not this thing. And probably what's most interesting about this is that FLIR doesn't lie. It's just picking up raw heat signatures, so there's something out there walking around. And Thinker Thunker feels he's done a good job measuring it. He dug even deeper, breaking down 3 big differences in how this thing moves. The way it leans, how its legs swing, and those strange body proportions. After all this analysis, he's convinced this footage is the real deal. He does have a message to the skeptics, though. The proof is right there in the thermal imaging, right there in front of you. You just need to take a closer look. So, what do you guys think about his analysis? Drop your thoughts below. Alright, do you guys remember Mandy from TikTok? She's the one that lived on a farm and caught those viral clips of something terrorizing her family. Well, things have gotten worse at her home. At this point, she's had to put up cameras everywhere because of the strange activity. Whistling sounds, dark figures prowling around. It's gotten so bad that not only is she filming, she's actually live streaming her woods at night. And I mean, hundreds of people are watching, waiting to see something. Well, one night, her new camera caught something creepy. Of course, she posted it, hoping someone could explain it. Many people were surprised that this wasn't some type of creature, that it actually appears to be an intruder. The cops eventually showed up, but there wasn't much they could do. Of course, some people didn't buy it at all. One of their biggest qualms was saying that the voice was too clear for how far the camera was. But Mandy shut down those claims with proof in her next video.
Let me in. Let me in. Really not that far. I'll show you guys the distance. The trail cam's right there, so let's see what it sounds like.
I mean, what's really going on at Mandy's place? I mean, she's either running the best shtick ever, or she has some legitimate lunatics living behind her. Let me know what you think. Dirt biking can already be dangerous, especially when on unfamiliar trails. But sometimes the biggest danger isn't even the terrain. It's what other people leave behind. More specifically, the booby traps other people set up. Our guy Peter here found this out the hard way. Peter was flying down a trail when he spotted something that really could have killed him.
Trail riding. I'm wearing my GoPro. Don't know if it caught it or not. Look what somebody did. Check this out. Somebody put a freaking wire trap from tree to tree that almost took my neck off. It was a lot higher when I hit it. Thankfully, it caught the top of my chest protector first. And I just kind of pushed it forward, and it kind of went up and caught around a little bit of my neck the last second, but look at this. That's like piano wire. If I had been 3 inches shorter, that would take my neck off. Who the f does? I'm not trespassing. This is not somebody's private property. This is freaking government-owned land. I'm not trespassing on any farmer's land. I'm not freaking trespassing on anyone's land. This is like attempted murder. This is believable. That could have very easily killed me.
And this is nothing if not blatant. Someone had set up this trap hoping to catch riders. And at those speeds, I mean, you've got split seconds to react. Yeah, this is dangerous. I mean, like Peter mentioned, he's not even on someone's private land. I don't know, what do you guys think about this? I'll also say I rode dirt bikes my entire life and I never really ran into this. Now, we had more than a few people run us off their property, but nothing intentionally dangerous. This bizarre video is blowing up on X right now. It shows something strange darting across a Kansas road, and everyone is trying to scramble and figure out what they're looking at. A couple was driving home from vacation when this thing appeared out of nowhere. At first glance, you might think it's just someone running across the road. But yeah, there's definitely something off about it. The figure moves way too fast, is a thin, kind of weird grayish-white color. I mean, it just doesn't look real. Like, let's just cut to the chase. Some people say it's just someone high on drugs. That would explain the crazy behavior, but that doesn't explain how it moves so fast or why it looks so strange. Now, it does start to get a little interesting in the comments. Cryptid researchers are all over this footage. They think this might be evidence of something we haven't documented yet. Here's my thing about that. It doesn't look real, but I will say it's pretty eerie how athletically and effortlessly it's running. I mean, maybe that's something that's easy to fake, but it looked like a human running. Anyhow, whatever it is, human, cryptid, something else, it's left everyone and myself with more questions than answers. You know, there's something special about the way dogs can sense danger before we do. This incredible footage from a Michigan national forest shows that sixth sense in action. A hiker and his dog were enjoying a peaceful trail when something strange caught their attention. And lucky for us, the dog was wearing a GoPro. What starts as a normal walk takes an eerie turn when a crazy sound echoes through the trees.
I don't know what the hell it is over there.
Alright, get away from there.
Sound of that.
Some viewers think it might be someone playing with an Aztec death whistle, an ancient instrument known for its bone-chilling screams. Others aren't so sure. Could this be a twisted prank? Or something more sinister lurking in the Michigan wilderness? A creepy photo is making waves on the British Paranormal Society's Facebook page. They're sharing shots from a house with a history of weird activity. And one picture has got them all twisted up. One day they felt a presence in their room, and someone just happened to grab their phone. What they caught is wild. A black, misty figure essentially rising right up from the floor. I mean, this silhouette is crazy. You can make out an arm, a hand, fingers. And now here's where there's a little debate. Many people are calling it a ghost, but some others have come forward saying that this is something different. This is a jinn, which are not your typical fairy tale genies. In Middle Eastern lore, jinns are shape-shifting creatures that live in a world parallel to ours. They've got free will like humans do, meaning they can help you out or cause some serious trouble. This one doesn't look like it's up to anything sinister, but regardless of what it is, I mean, this looks creepy. A Reddit photo from CLT Hornet has people doing double takes. Look in the top right corner and you'll spot something that shouldn't be there. A dark figure standing in the next room. Here's where it gets chilling. This photo was taken in 2012 during a family gathering after the poster's wife's uncle died in his sleep. The family was at his house mourning their loss when someone snapped this picture. According to the poster, nobody noticed anything strange at the time. It wasn't until later that the figure caught their eye. The poster was a skeptic before this, but what they caught has them questioning everything. When you zoom in, the shadow looks like a bald man with a gray mustache, and here's the kicker. They posted a photo of the uncle, and the resemblance is uncanny. They swear the photo hasn't been edited, and honestly, why would they lie? This was a private family moment of grief. They weren't looking for anything supernatural. It found them. So what exactly was watching over this family gathering? Could it be their uncle saying a final goodbye? In 30 seconds, this scene is going to look drastically different. In a chilling Instagram video uploaded by user Unexplained Truth, viewers are presented with eerie footage of a dog displaying strange behavior. The unsettling scene has sparked a wave of speculation among viewers, with one suggesting that it seems as though something invisible is attempting to take control of the animal, supernaturally and physically. The video has also fueled discussions about the heightened senses of dogs, with one commenter proposing that the dog could be reacting to a supernatural presence. And yeah, that theory would align with the long-held belief that animals are particularly sensitive to paranormal activity, which I wholeheartedly agree with. You gotta think, these animals are just acting naturally. They don't have an agenda. Especially this pup, this thing is showing real fear. On the other hand, of course, a more practical explanation from another viewer suggests that the dog is having a seizure. One commenter said that this dog could be suffering from rabies, which is a serious condition known to cause dramatic changes in behavior. Nevertheless, what do you think is making the dog act this way? Share your theories with the team. Okay, this CCTV footage was captured September 11th of 2011 in Jakarta's Insilinda town square. Check this out. Many have dubbed this figure as the Angel of Jakarta, and that seems to check out. Now, of course, this could easily be dismissed as a hoax, and I don't know enough about video editing to say one way or the other. But there is an impressive sense of realism as that figure hits the ground. It looks real, athletic. Not to mention, we see the figure glowing, but we also see it reflecting off the walls, which I imagine would be a harder edit if this is a fake. So, what do you think? Real footage? Fake footage? I'm a little torn. So this clip was uploaded to the famous ufologist Jeremy Corbell's YouTube channel. In it, we see footage that is supposedly captured by the US Navy, and it's showing a spherical object entering the water.
Sir. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
Whoa, splashed. Mark bearing and range.
So what do you think these strange objects could be? Is it really possible there's some sort of alien tech? Or is there another more earthly explanation? This video comes from a TikTok account we featured here before, WV Paranormal. It features a father filming his children as they just play in the woods. But if we take a closer look, something unusual is captured on camera.
What's that, Dad?
Let's go back inside. Come on, guys.
The father spots it and immediately calls his children back. It immediately leaves you wondering who or what might have been lurking in the trees. Though the video was posted with minimal context, it includes the hashtag Appalachia, suggesting it was likely filmed somewhere within that region. The Appalachian Mountains spans the eastern United States from all the way to New York, on down to Georgia. I'm sure we've all heard of the Appalachian Trail, but this region is known for its rugged terrain, and it's dominated by the ancient Appalachian Mountains. This area is also famous for its paranormal activity. Frequent reports of ghost sightings, UFOs, various cryptids. This place is chocked full of mystery. I've visited here many times, and don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. But after you're there for a while, you look around and be like, yeah, some sketchy stuff could happen out here. Many a Bigfoot sighting in those mountains as well. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts on this. In June of 2006, YouTuber Prosperous uploaded this clip, which many consider to be some of the strongest evidence of ghostly existence to date. The footage was reportedly captured by the Atlantic Paranormal Society during an investigation at the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, a location long believed to be haunted. Though brief, the clip seems to show a hooded figure walking toward the camera. Moments later, it appears to realize it's being filmed and immediately dips out of camera view. Given that the Eastern State Penitentiary is known as a hotbed for paranormal activity, many of the top researchers believe the figure in the video could indeed be a ghost. This specific video has been compared to the appearance of the Grim Reaper. I don't know about the Grim Reaper, but I'll say this. Whatever that thing was, when it saw that it was being taped, it immediately retraced its steps. And it looked like it did it pretty effortlessly. So does this eerie clip truly show a ghost roaming the haunted prison? Is it enough evidence for you? Let me know in the comments. In a chilling video by the Urbex team, the mysteries of PLATA Cemetery are brought to unsettling life. As the footage begins, the explorers make their way through a maze of tombstones. However, the tension mounts when they come across a monument with shattered glass. And inside sits a single eerie doll. Their journey grows more disturbing as they find a vandalized headstone, followed by another broken monument revealing a damaged and exposed casket. Their first thought leads them to just basic neglect, but then they start to get a hint of possible foul play. The eerie tour reaches its peak when they come upon yet another desecrated grave. Apprehensively, they look inside. Now, let us look closely. You might spot something unusual. A pale hand slowly pulls back into the darkness of the casket. It's barely visible unless the footage is brightened. I mean, so much so that none of the team members even noticed it while they were filming. It's always the sharp-eyed viewers that catch this stuff, I swear. Now, this crypt is deep, it has multiple caskets, but it appears the hand could only really have come from inside the casket itself. And even when the video is brightened, it doesn't look like it's been manipulated. I mean, so what do we think? It's probably not a person, but it is leaning towards something paranormal. The PLATA Cemetery would be a good place to immerse yourself in the supernatural. This photo was posted by a woman named Lisa, who shared an eerie experience from 2018. She and her husband were on a city tour, and upon reviewing their photos later, they were startled to find images of what appeared to be glowing human figures near the trees. According to Lisa, there was no one else around when this photo was taken, and a local resident confirmed there are no ground lights in that area, which only adds fuel to this mystery. Captured on an iPhone 5 without flash, it's pretty hard to make out what it is. Redditors offer various theories about what the image might show. Some suggested angels, others thought it could be ghosts, and one even proposed it might be a coven of dancing witches. I mean, as for me, the most puzzling detail is that why couldn't Lisa and her husband see the glowing figures in person when they took the photo? I always find that very strange that these figures, these orbs, these apparitions, they all show up in the film or photo, but hidden to the naked eye. I need more info on this bizarre photo. Let's look at this crazy clip shared by TikToker Stan Hopes Away Days. As you can imagine, night shifts at a factory are usually pretty quiet, uneventful, most people just playing on their phone. But as the uploader mentions, occasionally things can get a little dicey. The video, recorded from a security cam monitored by a night shift worker, shows footage of an empty factory during the night. Like we mentioned before, the uploader explained that not much typically happens on the night feeds, making this particular capture all the more intriguing. The camera catches several glowing orbs moving in sync, almost as if attached to an invisible person. And I would agree with the poster, more often than not when we see orbs, they're just floating across the screen or moving quickly across the screen, but they don't usually move in unison like this or outline a human body. Heck, I think more often than not they're just little dust particles. But that explanation definitely doesn't seem to fit here. I'd like to know your take on this strange footage. I would say most people in the comments, 90% or so, think this has paranormal origin. But if so, what creature could it be? I've covered before this incredibly lopsided predator versus prey relationship we see right here. Mongoose versus the cobra. If you're new to this relationship, you're probably thinking that mongoose better get the heck out of Dodge. But the cobra is child's play to the mongoose. And the original poster shared a strange experience, mentioning that they saw an unusual figure on the grounds of Penn State University. This took place in May of 2023. The uploader admits they know little about cryptids, so they reached out to an online group for their thoughts on what the figure might be. As expected, viewers offered various theories, suggesting it could be anything from an alien to an elemental. Penn State and the surrounding area in Pennsylvania are rich with paranormal lore. The historic Schwab Auditorium on University Park campus is rumored to be haunted by several ghosts, even Charles Schwab. Students and visitors frequently report unexplained sounds, ghostly apparitions, and malfunctioning equipment. The old Botany building is also said to be haunted by the spirit of Frances Atherton, wife of former Penn State President George Atherton. They say her face is occasionally seen looking out of the windows, as if watching over her husband's grave, which is across the street. Now, if we have any Penn Staters in the comments, share the secrets with us.